Hello my Battlefield friends and fans, and welcome back to Battlefield Hardline. Yeah, it's all about Battlefield Hardline nowadays. This game is out now just for about 2 weeks, and it continues to be a lot of fun. Well, for most of us. Some of us have to just rant about it, and I don't really understand why, because this game couldn't really be any more fun and any better. It runs smooth, it's got everything that we always ask for. It's got a lot of improvements over Battlefield 4, and to us people still find reasons to complain. One thing I don't understand is like people complain about the single player. The single player is probably one of the best single players we've ever had in Battlefield. Even though I truly enjoy the Battlefield 4 single player, played that thing like 3 times over. But this single player is just so much different. They really try to think outside the box and come up with something new idea, and make this more like a movie, like just a fun crime movie, an action-packed fun silly crime movie, just like we used to have it in the 80s. It doesn't have to be super realistic. It's got some realistic elements, and it's got some just fun action elements that are just fun to play. And people are comparing this to like some crime movies and stuff, and it's like, why? I mean, if you want to watch a serious crime movie, go ahead and do that. This is a game. This is something that we do when we come home from work, tired, stressed out. We kind of throw ourselves onto the couch, lean back, relax, turn on our consoles, and just enjoy a couple of hours or more of fun gameplay, forgetting all about the daily stress and issues and real life for a little moment. At least that's how it is for me. It's kind of like a drug, instead of having, a shot of whiskey, I have a shot of Battlefield, and it makes me all happy. So anyway, back to what I wanted to say. We gamers really need to stop ranting so much about games. I mean, it's good to give constructive feedback. That's always welcome, I'm sure, by the developers. But just kind of like ranting about nonsense about the game, stuff that's not true at all. It just must feel really bad for the developers to have put so much work and effort, sweat and tears in it, and they're so proud of it, and then all we do is kind of bash on the game. And it's like, I think unless you are in this kind of field, where you do design something or develop something, you probably don't even understand how much work goes into a game like this. It's simply insane. I tried to develop a little game myself. It was simply like a little tiny map where you supposed to walk around with a gun, and it took me like days and days and days, and that was nothing. I mean, just compare this, making this work, making this feel and look so realistic is just insane, and we just all take it for granted. It's like, oh yeah, we need better and better and better, and of course we want things to get better. Everything in the world is supposed to get better. We're supposed to learn from mistakes. But I feel like with this game, the developers have really tried, or even the publishers, they tried to come out with something new, have new ideas, different ideas, really listen to the community, hear what we have to complain about, what we don't like and what we like. And there are so many improvements over Battlefield 4, so many things that were frustrating before are now fixed. They're like, you can take ammo and health off your bodies, for example. You don't no longer have to wait for them to throw a med pack or an ammo pack down, which is still nice if they do, but if they don't, at least you have a way to get it. That's just one thing. There are so many other improvements which I don't want to like list here, because that would take up the whole video, and you probably already know about it. But I'm just saying, I appreciate all they do. I feel like this game is kind of like Battlefield in a silly way. They try to take away some of the seriousness and make it more funny. I mean, just listen to the music. I mean, it's just funny, and the comments the characters actually make when they see someone take someone down. It's not supposed to be serious. It's not supposed to be so deadly realistic. And which game is really realistic? I mean, so many games feel like they're realistic to us because the environment looks realistic, but at the end, no game is really realistic, because if it was really realistic, we probably wouldn't want to play it, because the reason we play games, again, is to escape reality. So we don't want to come home and play something makes us super depressed and frustrated and sad. We want to play something that takes us away from reality. So of course, when you play war in a game like this, it's super unrealistic. And you know, so many people then think, well, war is not so bad. Well, in fact, war is terrible. It's not at all we think it is. Most of us think it is. And you know, we shouldn't ever think that war is fun or anything like this, but the games make it so we think it's fun. And while I personally don't like games that are too silly and too childish, I would never say there's anything wrong with this game. It's really just personal preference. But I really do like the fact that they took realistic elements from the cop and robber scene in the real world and kind of made it funny in a way, because there's so many situations in Battlefield Hardline where you just have to laugh. So what I wanted to say to finish this off is we have to stop ranting so much about games that are really good, because otherwise we will not have any good games in the future. So I stop ranting about ranting now, and I hope to see you next time. Take care, have a good one, bye bye.